time, my name's Dylan. This is my 4AGE KE70 Corolla. It's my pride and joy. It needs a lot of love. It needs to get back on the road. It needs some reliability stuff done. It needs a whole bunch of parts changed out for more road legal ones so it can be registered again. But I'm not going to do any of that in this episode. Today I'm going to be working on this. This is my custom front lip, front valence, front aero design that I've been working on for my KE70 for probably almost 10 years now. It all started a very long time ago. It's a very long story. But the goal was always something a little different to the whole Madhouse chin spoiler thing. Make it look a little bit more like a proper drift car, something a bit sort of turn of the millennium D1 style. And this was my second attempt at it. My first attempt was using a Datsun BRE lip and modifying that to fit the K70. It looked alright, but it wasn't perfect. Then this was my next attempt. So this was using sort of spray foam and filler, but I just made heaps of mistakes. What I'm hoping to do today and through this video is learn from those mistakes and make something a whole lot better that I can make a mold off of and maybe do a run of them if there's people interested in them. But at the very least, have one for myself. And have something really unique and interesting and different. So yeah, gonna get cracking on it. It's gonna be a pretty big job and it'll probably take me a few days, but I'm really excited to see how we go. This is the starting point that I've already gotten up to. It's basically a copy of the base plate that I made for that other one. It's just cut out of MDF, which is I think 20 mil thick. 20 mil thick MDF. So this is going to act as the base for all the foam to go onto, and it'll also be the final part of that bottom lip there. So this will have to curve over a little bit. It also will be in the place of what I hope later to be functional aero, as in like the ability to run a flat floor that goes from the front of the lip, attaches to the splash guard and the cross member, and goes sort of almost to the transmission. So you can actually use this lip as a basis for functional aerodynamic downforce and everything, which would be really cool, but it's also just an easy place to start. First things first, I'm going to get this bumper off so I can get a clearer view of what's going on down there. And then I'll try and make sure the car is level on the ground because I don't want this thing to be lopsided. There we go. A ruler would be really good right about now. This one's about 85. So now I have to try and make sure that I get the height right, consistent with my last one. Because I was pretty happy with this design. I just screwed it up in the execution of it. So I got to get some spacers that hold it at the right height so I can build off that new plank. So one of the main goals of this is to get this line here to be at least as low as the sill. I like it a little bit lower, sort of like how you see A86s with Zenki front lips on them, or like something like a TBO Japan S13 front bar on a Silvia with no side skirts. I kind of like that look where the whole car is sort of standard and then the front is that low down look. I feel like it's very D1 A86 sort of good line style. I think that's what I'm going for here. So I reckon about this height looks pretty good. This is the old lip on there. Obviously this thing has seen better days, but you can sort of get the gist of what's going on here. I think the main thing with this is like these K70s, it's really easy for them to look like they've got an underbite and look really, I don't know, inbred. So get that sort of bottom to come out a bit more. That bar's not all the way on, but you kind of get the gist. Have this sort of come forward a bit more so it's a little more Chad, and then have that sit lower so it looks like the front of the car's a bit more sporty, because the front of these cars really sit a lot higher than the sill from factory. So yeah, that's sort of the proof of concept. Now it's time to get cracking. So while I wait for this foam to fully expand, had a special delivery from my good friend Tom. Hello.
Hello.
We got the car shrinker stretcher, which will be awesome for some more metalwork and stuff like that. Painted in Tom's signature happy hour green color, which all of your tools are.
Yep. And my benches.
This hand brake? I never know what they're called. I thought it was called a hand brake.
Yeah, like sheet metal folder.
Yeah. So we can
Pan,
fold.
like Peter Pan brake.
Peter Pan. Yeah, so we can fold metal on a straight line, so I don't have to just approximate it all the time.
Use a vice.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going good. Waiting for this thing to dry. It's been covered in flies for some reason. Well, I know I said I would only do this in this video, but this is taking forever to dry. It's all dry on the outside, but still curing on the inside and still expanding on the inside. So I can't even start to cut it away. So I'm gonna do some rust repairs, I suppose. Let's go. That's why you wear gloves. Ow! So it's not exactly what I was hoping to get done. I am very stoked to have this done because now this whole lip for the boot seal has been completed. Some of these are the first rust repairs I did ever, so they're pretty haggard, but I'm not going to cut them out. But yeah, these last two I did went pretty well. That shrinker stretcher and the pan brake are a lifesaver, especially on this one with all those folds and then the little kink in it. And yeah, it's not exactly how it would have been done from factory, but that's alright. It's my car, so just sort of smashing it out. But yeah, really happy to have that done. I'm going to whack the seal back in and put the boot lid back on, and then I can sort of be like, oh yeah, that's done, you know, check that off the list. So this is a huge item off the list for what needs to be done to get this back to its former glory, which is awesome. I'm happy about that. Alright, got some rust repairs done, but I let this set overnight. It's a lot harder than it was yesterday, so we're going to start chopping it.
Oh, can fly about 15 feet. You figure out how how that happens.
That's incredible.
Alright, well, I've got this finally into the vague semblance of the shape that I want, and it comes almost time for a moment of truth, which is trying to remove this from the car without it falling apart. So I'll do that. I put this bumper on to get a look at how it looks with the bumper. I think it looks great, but let's see if I can't undo all my work in one fell swoop. Now, today is actually Thursday of the week that you're seeing this video, hopefully. And the reason why this video is not out on Thursday is because this foam took 3 days to dry, which was a huge pain. So I had hoped to sort of get to this point on Monday, but it's taken till Thursday to actually get it to this point. So sorry for missing my usual schedule, but thanks for bearing with me. Jesus, it's on there. Oh yeah, making progress. Oh, we got it. It's still in one piece. That's awesome. Took a bit of a hit in the process, but it'll go back together nicely. And the sick thing about this is that when I flip it around, I don't know how well that'll show on video, but this is the exact contour of the car. So I can sort of see where where everything lines up on there, and then sort of work from there. So that's grouse. It's definitely something. Alright, so as I was saying before, stupid, inbred, overbite, not Chad, and then this, strong, Chad, girl boss, powerful, not inbred. So that's it for this week. I feel like I got to a point that I'm happy with, though not as much done as I thought I would be able to, being that it took like 3 days for this foam to dry. So sorry I had to sit through some more boring rust repairs, but I was really happy with how the shrinker stretcher and the pan brake went. They were so useful. Always nice learning how to use new tools and sort of leveling up my character in some way. I am still new to metalwork, so please don't rip me a new one. I'm getting there. But yeah, the lip is coming along. I hope you can see what I'm getting at with this. It is really hard to translate what it looks like on camera. In person, you can see sort of the vision a little easier because it's like you get the whole 3D effect of it, but I feel like on camera it just looks like a blob of foam. But yeah, you're gonna have to trust me and bear with me and trust the process, and hopefully at the end it's gonna look freaking mad. I'm really, really excited for this. Like I said, it's been probably almost 10 years in the making, which is a ridiculous, ridiculous thing to say. So I'm really excited to sort of start getting some real progress done. It is turning out to be a little different to the last iteration I did. And so there's still some decisions to be made for design choices and stuff, like where to start it, what the angles are, what, you know, like this undercut here, where it's going to begin, what height it's going to be on the fender, what that is going to be like, whether this will be radius for a fender that's been cut or not cut. I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go, but I'm happy with the progress. Right now it has some extra foam in it because there were some gaps. When I started to sand it down, there were some sort of cavities in there. So yeah, it looks a little haggard right now, it looks a little diseased, but it's gonna get there. But yeah, I hope you like where this is going, and I'm really looking forward to getting more done on it. This has been Go Time. I've been Dylan. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful week.